live.
Does this sound like you? Here's a young lady. Her name is Liz. And when she was younger, she could eat whatever she wanted, and it never impacted her weight or anything. She was nice and slim, everything, right? But then as she got older, her metabolism started to slow down. And guess what? She put on weight and she was trying really hard to eat healthy. But no matter what she tried and what weight loss technique, what diet, the cabbage soup diet, the low carb, the low fat, whatever she tried, it just didn't work. And she might have some short term weight loss and some modest weight loss, but it never gave her what she needed or wanted. And everything fell short for her. And so she wanted more. Now, does that sound like you? Well, I can relate, but I know there's a lot of people can relate to this. So this is Liz, and she was actually part of a research study, and they were looking at her metabolism. They actually measured her metabolism. And so we're going to talk about Liz and her story a little bit, and what they some of the findings from the research study today. And we were going to look at this is actually in a book by Neal Barnard called The Power Foods Diet. I have it right here. So we're going to talk about that today. And the reason this is special is that Dr. Neal Barnard is one of our guest experts on our summit tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So don't miss out. This is a real special treat to have Dr. Barnard here tomorrow. And his book is great. I got to show you some of the pictures of the recipes. I haven't tried them yet, but they look amazing. All right. So I'm going to start. We had this yesterday, but it's such a powerful, powerful, powerful quote. Let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. And this is something that is attributed to Hippocrates. And, he knew what he was talking about, and it still applies today. And so really what we're talking about in our spring clean reset summit is about letting food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. And so as I mentioned, we have our free summit. It's going to be broadcast tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. I am so excited. We have a number of guest speakers who are going to be in the house to really give us some of their knowledge and all of the wisdom they've gained over the number of years. So we have Dr. Neal Barnard here. And again, we have his book that we are going to talk about today. We have Danielle Arsenault, who is a raw food chef and a educator of nutrition educator. I took her program, and she is one of my mentors. Lots of good stuff. So we have her. We have Dr. Clapper, who is a doctor that promotes the plant-based lifestyle and is an educator. Both him and Dr. Barnard do lots in the community, also educating doctors on the power, if I can say it, the power of plant-based lifestyle. And we also have Sherry, the juice lady, who is an expert on juicing, that will be there, as well as many other amazing experts that will be. We are grateful. I am grateful and very appreciative for them to take their time to come tomorrow. So don't miss it. And if you can't attend tomorrow at 2 p.m., we will have some replays for you. All right, so let's get into this Power Foods diet, and we're going to go back to Liz. So Liz, again, I mean, I think a lot of people can relate to Liz. I can. And I could say, you know, my story is maybe I never really thought. So the whole idea of the metabolism slowing down is kind of the picture that Liz has in her head. This is what has happened to her. And in her mind, the reason she can't lose weight is because her metabolism had slowed down. And I hear that a lot. I mean, from people that, oh, yeah, my metabolism slowed down. And I heard it when I was going through a bunch of weight loss stuff, because I did a lot of, you know, I had the yo-yo dieting going on, up and down, up and down. And I think if I would have just been okay with my body the way it was, I probably would have been fine. And I think that for me, having that thought that I was not good enough because I weighed too much, really hampered my whole body image and my whole journey through health and weight loss, because I tried lots of things and I would have some success. And what I heard, I don't know where I heard it from, but this is kind of the what was kind of the talk of the day, and what people were saying is that when you did these crash diets or fad diets, you were impacting your metabolism. And every time you did one of these, your metabolism would slow down because you weren't eating enough. And so it's very easy for us to get in our mind that we have a slow metabolism, and that's why we can't lose weight. So Liz was part of a research study, and they were looking at her metabolism. And so when she signed up, the first thing they did with her is measure her metabolism. And they did that before she ate anything. And any idea what they found? Her metabolism was a bit slower than average. So that might give her some ideas that, yeah, she was right. But they gave her a liquid breakfast. I have no idea what's in the liquid breakfast. And they measured her metabolism as she digested this liquid breakfast over a period of 3 hours. And guess what? Her metabolism started inching up, and it got higher and higher, and it actually stayed higher for the whole morning. So this healthy liquid breakfast that they gave her actually was boosting her metabolism. And so for all of us, what we eat, I think, is really important to our metabolism. And so, yeah, Liz's metabolism was slow, but that was before she ate. And once she ate whatever this liquid breakfast, then her metabolism did actually increase quite a bit. So all of this is information from Dr. Barnard's book, The Power Foods Diet. And I am just digging into it. I've just kind of scratched the surface myself. But I want to talk about some of the things that he found. And this is through his research. This is not just what he thinks, it's scientifically backed up from research that he has done with his team. All right. So the whole idea is to focus on quality and not quantity of food. And when we're trying to lose weight, a lot of times we think we have to deprive ourselves, we have to cut back, we have to eat less. And that also is a great way to only have short-term success, because over time, can you sustain that? So there's 3 principles we're going to talk about that he uncovers or talks about in the book. The first one is appetite taming foods. And so what they found is that they looked at some this whole idea of what foods you're eating, and they found that if people are eating the appetite taming foods, that they will actually eat on their own. Nobody's forcing them. They were allowed to eat as much as they want. They would actually leave the table after their meals, eating less calories. They still felt full and satisfied. And guess what? They were eating on average 200 less calories. I think that was a day, and they lost on average 13 pounds over a 16-week period. I would be so happy with that. I don't know. Tell me, if I told you that you could eat till you were full and satisfied, you could eat delicious foods, and you would be able to lose around 13 pounds, or let's say around 15 pounds in a 20-week period or whatever it is, without even trying, other than making sure you're eating the right foods, who wouldn't sign up for that? I don't know. Probably yeah. So this is something that can be sustainable too, because we're talking about just choosing quality foods rather than going on some crash diet or some kind of a diet that is only temporary. This is a permanent thing. We're not talking about anything other than changing the foods that you're eating. All right. And so guess which foods are the ones that there are the appetite taming foods? They're the ones that are high in fiber and also complex carbohydrates. So here goes our veggies, fruits, beans, and whole grains. I think we've heard this before. And he makes a note that meat, dairy, and eggs have no fiber in them. Okay. So we've heard that before too. All right. So that is our appetite taming food. So if we're eating foods that are high in fiber and complex carbohydrates, our veggies, fruits, beans, and whole grains, then we can eat till we are full and satisfied. And if we stick to those, then we can, people have been proven to lose weight. Here's the second thing he talks about, and this is called calorie trapping. And we've kind of heard about this. We've heard about foods that are like negative calories, right? That if you eat them before your meal, kind of like a light salad or just water, they actually will help you to leave the table earlier. And the amount of calories you'll consume will actually be less. You will consume less calories to make that salad or the light soup worth basically a negative calorie. And so this is kind of the same principle. Basically, your calories are trapped in your waist and carried out in your waist. So not if you eat something that's like a whole grain, you're not going to eat the whole grain. It's some of it is going to go out as waste. So you're not actually digesting and I guess taking in the whole thing. So you're not absorbing all of the calories. Some of the calories is going out as waste. And so I've heard that talked about for things like nuts, where they're fat. They're a whole food that has high in fat. That you're not going to get all of the calories in, because some of the calories go to digesting and to going out in your waste. And so whole grain, the whole grains will do this, and they actually will boost your metabolism. So it's not a ton, but if you look at 100 calories a day, that actually adds up to 5 pounds a year. So not bad, right, for that. And then the third principle is metabolism boosting. And so that means that we're actually burning the calories faster. So they looked at different foods. And here's one for OJ and I, the pure butter, the butter. If you are eating butter, it's basically a pure fat. It has no effect on your metabolism either way. It's nothing. If you are taking in a whole grain, like we've already said, it's actually increasing your metabolism. Okay, so you can increase your metabolism with the whole grain. And if you are taking in fatty foods, so this is whole, like foods that have a lot of fat in them, that will interfere with the calorie burning. And foods that do that are things like salmon, which is about 50% fat. I think that might be alarming to some people. I think people think that there isn't that much fat in fish, but salmon has about 50% fat. If you were eating a hot dog, it's about 50% fat as well. And cheese tends to be higher in fat, and it's about 70% fat.
Oh dear.
Yeah. And so this is for all of those cheese loving people out there.
No.
Me as well. Yeah. We're not going in the right direction. So those kind of fatty foods actually interfere with the calorie burn that you're going to get. All right. And so that is basically a few little tidbits from the Power Foods diet book. And I want to show you a couple of pictures of some of the amazing food that his recipes and menus were done by Dustin Harder and Lindsay S. Nixon. And I'm just going to show you a couple pages of the book.
Oh,
Does that not look good?
Wow,
Yeah.
they look so good. I can see the pancakes there.
Yes. And there's some more stuff. Yeah, get it on the page.
Yeah.
And he's got some. Look at this dessert here. Looks like a carrot cake or something.
Oh, that does look good.
Yeah.
Does that look good? So who said plant-based doesn't taste good? Probably someone who's not eating plant-based. Yeah. And yes, like anything else, you can have, things that don't taste so good in all worlds, but you can get some amazing, delicious foods in the plant-based world as well. So if you think that plant-based foods don't taste good, we're going to teach you otherwise, because they can be delicious. All right. Okay, so I just want to also put a note in that we are also not only doing the summit, but we are doing a here we are here. Our Spring Clean Reset 14-day Kickstart program as well. And that will be starting on May the 13th, which is the Monday after Mother's Day. And so we're going to give you some time to sign up for that. What we're going to focus on is 3 things. Nutrifying your body, which means piling on the nutrients. We're going to do that with a very simple, easy meal plan. We're not doing anything complicated. Anyone can do it, and it doesn't need to take a ton of time. And we're going to focus on making things in batch so that we don't have to cook every day. We just are going to cook twice on the whole thing.
Oh, that sounds really good.
Yeah. We're going to eat plant-based, nutrient-dense foods. We are going to detox our livers because we talked about this yesterday. We have stuff, if we're cleaning, we're doing our spring clean of our body. We have to have a way to get the junk out the door, so we can bring in the garbage truck to clean our house and bring in a dumpster. We need to do the same thing to get the stuff out of our body when we are nutrifying and really cleaning it up. So in order to do that, we detox, and our liver is one of 9 detox organs, but it's like a key one. Believe it or not, the liver does 500 different things, and one of them is the whole detox. So be kind to your liver. So we're going to detox it, and we're going to do some mindfulness kind of practices as well, because it all goes into one. So I'd love to see you sign up. If you are interested, join us tomorrow for the summit. Same time as we are today, 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. But if you want to join us for the 14-day Kickstart program, you can reach out to me at debbie@myplantstronglife.com, or you can check out the webpage. It's tinyurl.com/spring clean reset. And we have the QR code there for you to make it easy. Love to see you there. And that's, like I said, starting that the day after Mother's Day. All right. Can help you kickstart your weight loss, help you gain energy. And I will actually say that if you don't gain some energy out of this in the 14 days, I will give you your money back for sure. That is how sure I am that if you follow the program, you will have the results. All right. Any questions, ladies, before we say goodbye?
So the reset is 14 days? Is that what I saw? 14 days, okay.
A 14-day reset. It's a kickstart. It's not a challenge, because we want you to continue on after the 14 days and not just stop and go back to what you were doing before. That's the hope. And so, yes, we're doing it for 14 days. All right. And you don't need a lot of equipment or anything at all. And with the program, you get a book, which is called Eat Real to Heal, which I'm going to show you in a second, but my cat is on my book. Here it is. It's by one of my mentors, Nicolette Richer. It's Eat Real to Heal. Get it in there. So you get that with the program, and it's basically we're not following this 100%, but a lot of what principles I'm taking come from her book here. And of course, it's whole food, plant-based, but very easy to follow. All right. On that note, we will see you all tomorrow for our summit. I'm so excited. Have a great day.